The calendar may say June, but for motorsports enthusiasts and electric vehicle diehards, it means one thing: Pikes Peak season is here. Once again, Ford is storming the mountain, bringing with it another monstrous EV that's more spaceship than SUV. Meet the latest wild creation, the Super Mustang Mach-E. This isn't your neighbor's electric crossover. This is a track-devouring, hill-climbing beast engineered to push the boundaries of electric performance and redefine what a Mustang can be. If you're even vaguely familiar with Ford's recent entries at Pikes Peak, you already know they don't show up to play it safe. In 2023, their Supervan 4.2 obliterated expectations with an open-class record and a second-place overall finish. Then in 2024, they went even bigger, literally and figuratively, with a 2,200 horsepower F-150 Lightning SuperTruck that took first overall. Now, in 2025, they're back with a new icon in the making that turns the already aggressive Mach-E into something almost unrecognizable and completely unforgettable. At a glance, you might still spot hints of the original Mustang Mach-E, but that familiar shape is buried under a body that's been radically reimagined for one purpose: conquering the 14,115-foot climb up Pikes Peak. The roofline looks custom sculpted for aerodynamic efficiency, the ride height is slammed to the pavement, and the fenders are pushed out wide to house a set of sticky Pirelli racing slicks. The front splitter juts out so far it practically scrapes the tarmac, and the rear wing is so massive it might double as a wind tunnel wall. It's not just wild looking, it's functionally extreme. And that brings us to the numbers. While Ford hasn't released complete specs yet, they did confirm one key figure: 6,125 pounds of downforce. That's the most of any Ford EV demonstrator to date. Let that sink in. Over 6,000 pounds of aerodynamic pressure pushing this electric monster into the ground at speed. For context, that's more downforce than many full-blown GT race cars. It's enough to pin the Mach-E to the mountain roads with absolute authority, giving driver Romain Dumas every ounce of grip he needs to set another record. Dumas, of course, is no stranger to this mountain. The veteran driver has already cemented his place in Pikes Peak history with multiple record-breaking runs, and he's the perfect pilot to handle something as unhinged and untested as this Super Mustang Mach-E. The synergy between driver and machine is critical on Pikes Peak, where every corner is a game of inches and every mistake can cost you dearly. With Dumas behind the wheel, Ford is aiming not just to compete, but to dominate. While Ford hasn't confirmed the details, it's widely expected that this latest EV weapon is a collaboration with Stoll Advanced Research and Development, the Austrian motorsport outfit that helped bring both the Supervan 4.2 and the F-150 Lightning SuperTruck to life. If that's the case, we're likely looking at a similar power output, somewhere in the realm of 2,000 horsepower. For a vehicle that started life as an electric crossover, that kind of firepower is absurd. But then again, so is Pikes Peak. It's a race that demands insanity, and Ford is more than happy to oblige. Of course, none of this is built for the street. This Mach-E won't be rolling into dealerships anytime soon, and you're not going to see it next to a Mach-E GT at your local EV charger. This is a purpose-built machine designed to show off what Ford's electric tech can do when all the limits are removed. It's a rolling laboratory of speed, grip, and airflow, a testbed for ideas that might trickle down into the next generation of performance EVs. What makes Ford's effort at Pikes Peak so compelling is the way it blends cutting-edge electric propulsion with the raw, visceral energy that performance fans still crave. The Mustang name may be evolving, but its spirit, rebellious, loud, and bold, is alive and well. And let's be honest, if this much engineering and aerodynamic savagery had been poured into a new V8 coupe, the same audience would be going wild. The fact that it's electric just shows how far EV performance has come, and how willing Ford is to lead the charge. There's something poetic about using a mountain like Pikes Peak to test these extremes. With 156 turns and nearly 5,000 feet of elevation change, it's a crucible where every component is tested to its limit. The thin air at the top saps power, stresses cooling systems, and demands perfection. For EVs, it presents both a challenge and an opportunity. No need to worry about oxygen-starved combustion engines here. Electric motors just keep spinning, delivering instant torque no matter how high the climb. So, as the June 22nd race date approaches, all eyes are on Ford once again. Can the Super Mustang Mach-E match or even surpass the accomplishments of its predecessors? Will it rewrite what's possible for performance EVs? And just how far can this electrified pony car push the limits of what a Mustang can be? One thing is certain, Ford isn't just showing off a new EV. They're staking a claim on the future of high-performance motoring, and they're doing it in the most extreme, most American way possible, by racing to the sky on one of the world's most dangerous roads.